Prologue: The Arrogance of Conquest. The Zaith Dominion was an empire older than human history itself. Their fleets stretched across hundreds of star systems. Their banners burned on worlds that once dreamed of freedom. For millennia, their rule was unquestioned. When they arrived at the edge of Sol space, they did not arrive in peace. A human colony on the rim, Haven 9, was chosen as the message. Zaith warships descended not with demands but with fire. Orbital strikes turned cities into craters. Atmospheric ignition storms tore oceans into steam, and millions of civilians died screaming beneath a sky filled with burning steel. The alien fleet broadcast their triumph to the galaxy. Their words carried cold certainty. This is the fate of all who defy the Dominion. Earth is nothing. Humanity is nothing. To them, it was merely another extermination, another lesson written in blood. The Feast of Mockery. The Zaith High Lords celebrated. Their halls overflowed with laughter and cruelty, recounting the slaughter as if it were theater. They mocked humanity's diplomacy, their reliance on trade, their naive belief in law and treaties. To the Dominion, humans were soft, fragmented, incapable of resistance. Their ships were outdated, their armies too small, their leaders too fearful. What could Earth do but beg for mercy? Their orators proclaimed before billions, "Let the humans crawl, let them whimper in silence. We have crushed their future in a single strike." The galaxy listened and believed. For centuries, humanity had been cautious, builders, diplomats, thinkers. They had not unleashed war on this scale. Other civilizations whispered that humanity's silence was submission. But silence was not surrender. The breaking of silence. From Earth no apology came, no plea, no negotiation. Instead, the Dominion's long-range sensors detected movement in Sol. Shipyards went dark. Orbital channels went silent. Human fleets vanished into shadow. For weeks, nothing but static. The galaxy strained to understand. Then a signal. A single, chilling broadcast carried across the stars. Prototype vessel UNS Vanguard launched. Status: active. Mission: retaliation. No more words followed. The Dominion laughed again. A prototype? A single ship? They called it desperation, a last gasp of a dying species. Surely it would be crushed like an insect beneath their armada. Yet unease spread. Why only one ship? Why the silence behind it? Why did every human channel go dark the moment Vanguard moved? The prototype awakens. The Vanguard was unlike anything the galaxy had seen. Forged in secrecy beneath the ice of Europa, it was humanity's gamble, a vessel not of fleets but of finality. Its hull was grown from living alloys that bent energy around themselves. Its engines ripped spacetime like parchment, moving faster than even theory allowed. At its core was something darker, a weapon not meant for defense but for ending wars before they began. Humanity had never intended to use it. Haven 9 changed that. The Dominion did not know. The galaxy did not understand. But humanity had built something terrible because, deep down, they had always known peace would not last forever. Clash of Wills. The Dominion assembled a fleet of 5,000 warships, dreadnoughts, carriers, cruisers, and swarms of drone vessels. They arrayed themselves in the Arcani sector, blocking the Vanguard's predicted path. Their commanders mocked openly. "One ship comes to challenge an empire. Let us make it a spectacle. Bring the galaxy's eyes here. Let them watch humanity die." As the Vanguard entered the sector, the Dominion broadcast warnings. Surrender, kneel, accept slavery. The human vessel gave no reply. Instead, silence fell across every channel. For 14 seconds, the void listened. Then the first strike came. 14 minutes of fire. The Vanguard did not maneuver like a ship. It moved like thought, appearing where no engine should place it, striking where defenses were weakest before defenses could even move. At 0002, Dominion carriers detonated, their reactor cores imploding as if crushed by invisible fists. At 0005, dreadnoughts cracked open, their shields folding under weapons that bypassed matter itself. At 0008, swarm fleets vanished, not destroyed but erased, each ship unmade into dust. The galaxy watched in disbelief. 5,000 warships, the pride of an empire, were being reduced to wreckage by a single vessel. At 0012, Dominion command stations were vaporized, their admirals silenced mid-command. Panic rippled through the surviving crews. Orders became screams, formations collapsed into chaos. At 0014, the last ship surrendered. Not by choice, but because every weapon went offline, every engine shut down, every system dead. The Dominion fleet lay paralyzed, floating ruins adrift in silence. The Empire had been forced to surrender, and it had taken only 14 minutes. The silence after annihilation. When the fires died, there was no victory broadcast. No human commander stepped forward to gloat. The Vanguard transmitted only once. This is not negotiation. This is not conquest. This is justice. Then the ship vanished, slipping back into the dark. The Dominion reeled. An empire spanning centuries brought to its knees by one vessel, one act of vengeance. Across their worlds, riots began. Subjugated species rose in rebellion, whispering, if humanity could do this in 14 minutes, what could they do in 14 hours? 14 days. The weight of fear. The galaxy, once mocking, now trembled. Questions spread like wildfire. How many more ships like Vanguard existed? Was it the only one or the first of many? Was Earth silent because they had already built a fleet of such nightmares, waiting unseen in the void? No answers came. Humanity did not speak. Their fleets did not parade. Their leaders gave no speeches, only silence. But silence was worse than words. It was the silence of a predator unseen, of storms waiting beyond the horizon. The galaxy realized the truth. Earth did not boast because Earth did not need to. Epilogue, whispers in the dark. Years later, survivors of the Dominion still shivered when they remembered. Veterans of that battle refused to describe what they saw. Admirals drank themselves into madness trying to forget the 14 minutes of hell. In every council chamber across the galaxy, one phrase echoed, carried in hushed voices, never spoken aloud in official records. Never provoke Earth again. The galaxy learned a truth too late. Humanity's patience is vast, but their vengeance is infinite. And somewhere hidden in the black, the Vanguard waits,